In 1972, we thought we'd open our first Hobby Lobby store right here in Oklahoma City. So our first Hobby Lobby store was 300 square feet. Now this room is about 4 times that size. So it's about the size of a small living room. In 1985, we had about 12 stores, and we were growing, and we were borrowing money, and we got ourselves into a lot of trouble because the economy in Oklahoma just cratered because of the oil. So we're big in oil, and things just started cratering, and we found ourselves where the bank says there's a possibility of foreclosing on us, and so that's where we found ourselves. I had this big oak desk. I found myself week in and week out underneath that desk, just crying out to God, asking for help. I mean, it's incredible what was happening and going on in our company. We would have the electric company coming in to shut our lights off in one of our stores, and the manager would be taking cash out of the register that we had already promised to somebody else, and it was like every phone call was someone wanting some money on past due. And you can't get sales up until you get more merchandise. You can't get more merchandise until you pay for the merchandise you had. And so it was a terrible, terrible, terrible time that we went through. So we called the family together and said, you know, our family, we're working here and we've got a lot of employees and we just may not make it. And I remember Mark telling us, well, we're not depending on you, we're depending on the Lord. So that took a lot off of me when he said that. As well as, I think it was a time that the Lord wanted me to learn humility. It was something I really needed to learn, because I don't know that there's a greater sin than pride, and I've been guilty of it. And I just sensed in my spirit that God was saying to me, you know, well, you're so smart, I'm gonna let you have it by yourself. Now he still gave me life, breath, sight, etc., but he just held back his blessings that he had always given us. And so that was a very, very, very important time for me in my life. Now, I don't tell people I learned humility in one session, because it's something we have to learn every day. Every single day, we have to do that. But I do have something that I reflect back on often if I get thinking too much of myself, and that is, I can't do it without him. And I proved that to myself, or God proved it to me, that I can't do this, and we can't do what we do without God. Even though we know God has given us particular talents, God gives us talents, but we need his blessings for them to account for anything for him. So that was a very, very important time in my life.